Oh shit, the snow is here. And yes, I realize a lot of you have already gotten a couple snowfalls. This is actually our second one. At least second measurable snowfall. As you can see, we're just getting rolling here, so it's I don't think it's going to be that bad. I don't think it's supposed to last that long, but winter's here. I'm not really ready for it. I still got a lot of stuff to get ready and clean up, but figured I'd make a little video and show you guys some of that, show you the snow. I haven't been doing a very good job of making the videos lately. I've actually been sick for the past couple weeks. So this cold shit, every year when it gets cold, I end up coming down with like 2 or 3 colds right in a row, and it sucks. And I hate it because I always have stuff that I have to do and I can't do it, but you know, whatever. We gotta keep pressing on. Yeah, you can see I've done some reorganizing here. The Craftsman collar is actually outside now. I know I said in one of my last videos I was actually going to be working on this winter, and I might actually still be doing that, I'm not sure. But I got the engine covered up there with a trash bag. And this thing is actually still fairly complete, it's just missing the wheels. I got the transmission inside, it's got the skid plate and the shifter all still attached, so I could throw this thing right back together and be driving it. I just need wheels and tires for it. This MTD, a lot of people have been asking me what my plans were for it, because I kind of insinuated I had a little project plan for this thing in a video I posted a while back. I wasn't going to really tell you guys what I was going to do with it, because I have the idea that I've never really seen done before, but I've actually told quite a few people in the past this exact idea, and no one's ever done it. I'm not really sure why. At least I've never seen it done. But basically the idea is, this is an MTD, and as you guys know, is equipped with VariDrive, which you can see amongst the snow here. But the idea that I had basically was, since MTDs have single speed forward reverse transmissions, and your gearing is basically controlled by your VariDrive pulley system, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you took like a 5 or 6 speed transmission, shoved it underneath this thing, and put a secondary shifter, so you could not only shift your transaxle, you could also shift your VariDrive, which would basically mean you have, you know, I guess this one has 6 gears, so you'd have 6 gears. You could put your transaxle in first gear, and then you could go 1 through 6 with the VariDrive. So if you had transaxle in first and your VariDrive in first, you would have a super low range. If you put your transaxle in 4th, 5th, or 6th, or whatever your top gear is, and then put the VariDrive in 6th, you would have a ridiculously fast high range. So I don't know how the gearing will work with a geared transaxle. I have never done this, and like I said, I've never seen anyone do it, but I would really like to try it, and that's going to be one of my summer projects coming up. Or maybe a winter project, I don't know. It depends on how bored I get and how much you guys bug me. But I really think that would be a cool project to see. It would basically, if I put a 5-speed tranny in there with a 6-speed, well, let's see, 6 times 5 is 30, so yeah, it would be a 30-speed tractor. And then you got reverse, so you'd have 6 speeds in reverse as well, which would be just fucking nuts. But yeah, that's the idea for that project. Look at these snowflakes. These things are getting huge. Really starting to pile up now. Speaking of things piling up, look at this pile of shit off the corner of my garage. I still have to clean all this up. Like, the metal ramps I want to keep, but then there's like a ton of just metal lawnmower parts. Some of that stuff, like that stuff, I kind of want to keep because it's all like useful little metal bits and pieces. These tires, some are good, some are not. But yeah, I gotta clean all this crap up before the snow really starts piling up, so I can snow blow. This thing, my grass cutting lawnmower, I still have to drain the gas out of this friggin' thing and store it for the winter. Really procrastinating on all my chores, I tell you what. Let's take a trip into the garage. Oh, actually, forgot to tell you guys about this. I bought a generator. This thing came from Tractor Supply. It's a Champion, cheap Chinese Honda clone, 6.5 horsepower motor. 3,500 kilowatt, very limited on the hookups, which I was kind of disappointed about, but I only use the 220, and I basically wire my whole house up and then decide what I want to run. But I got this thing really cheap. It's pretty small, it's really compact, very quiet. I think I got it for 300 bucks. You can get them right now at Tractor Supply for that price, I think until January 1st of 2014 or something like that. It's a very simple, you know, 196cc Honda clone motor. And the reason I bought this particular generator is because I have a whole nother Honda clone motor, 6.5 196cc engine, sitting right here. complete with all the fixings. So I basically figured if anything ever went wrong with that motor, like the carburetor or, you know, anything, valves or any of that stuff, cylinder head, I've got all the parts right here. So that's pretty sweet. But other than that, it's a pretty neat little generator. Like I said, it's only 3,500 kilowatts with a 4,000 surge. But pretty good for 300 bucks, very quiet. I haven't actually used it to generate power yet. I just got it for the winter, so when I do use it, I'll be sure to let you guys know how that thing works. Here in my garage, air compressors. This is my old air compressor. This is an old Speed Air model. This thing has seen better days. The electric motor still works, but the pump has shit the bed. It pumps basically up to about 25-30 psi max. I think the reeds are bad, or maybe it just needs new rings, because this is basically a piston that goes up and down like a crankshaft and an engine, and then there's valves on the top which let the air in and out, so it pumps the air into the compressor body. And I think either the piston rings that are inside are bad or the reeds are bad. I've kind of taken it apart and looked at it and found nothing. I don't really know anything about these. I changed the oil. It's still a piece of shit. But actually my buddy the Mud King brought this thing over once. This is pretty cool. He found this on the side of the road for free. It's supposed to be a Sears 4 horsepower, I'm not sure how many gallons, but it's a twin cylinder pump on the thing, so it's way more heavy duty. It also runs 220 instead of 110, so I have to run 220 out here in my garage to run the stupid thing. But it's got a 2-stage motor, and I believe the motor's been replaced with a 5 horsepower, so it's a 5 horsepower electric motor as opposed to the 4 horsepower that was on there. So this thing is probably pretty decent. I've actually not even run this thing yet. It's crazy. I don't know what's taking me so long. I've had it like 8 months. You can see the specs on it right there. It's pretty decent power, more than what I would need, so I really should get this thing hooked up. And the Craftsman Drift Breaker snowblower. Looks like we'll be getting you out soon, buddy. I don't want to look at this thing right now. Alright, in the garage here, the Murray, the Sears. Pretty much nothing's changed with either of these. Actually, last time you guys saw the Sears, I had busted the rear transmission input pulley off. You can see a small little clip of that right here. So we got the busted ass Sears, and we really show you what's wrong here. Oh, get a better view. The input pulley right there. She is done. But yeah, once I got this thing home, the Mud King and Redneck Computer Geek and I all took the transmission out of this thing. Had this thing on the ground and had the pulley off of it in probably about an hour, maybe less. I was originally going to buy a brand new pulley for this thing and make it go a little faster, but once I got the pulley off, I realized the hub was actually tapered shaft, so trying to find another tapered shaft pulley that fit this exact model was really difficult, and I couldn't find any used parts on eBay for sale, so I ended up welding my old one back together and straightening it, which took a very long time to get it perfect, but I did. And then I got recently got this thing. This is like a lighting umbrella. This is so I can get better light on my videos. If I can open this damn thing up, you can see it's got a reflective umbrella on the inside. It's like a foil almost. It's got a daylight bulb. Yep, you can adjust it. It stands up. I think you can adjust it anywhere from like 3 to 6 feet. I'm not really sure, but it's got an umbrella, like I said. I've got another one here if you want to use indirect light. This is more of a clear, sheer, white umbrella. This thing works really good. I haven't used it very much yet, but I'm going to start using it a lot more because as winter closes in, it's going to be really dark in here, so I'm really glad I can take advantage of this thing. Wood stove, I've already run this a couple times, works good. I got a small pile of wood, but I definitely need to get more to get me through the winter. And of course the go-kart, hiding under here. I only got to ride it once this year. Took it to that show, and that was about it, which is really depressing. I was hoping to ride that thing a lot more this year. I wanted to ride it actually one more time at least to get a top speed run out of the thing, but now that the snow's flying and they're sanding the roads, I don't know if that's ever going to happen, so I might have to wait till spring to do that, which is really freaking disappointing. But other than that, I got to do some winterizing to the shop here. It's generally pretty good, but you can see I've got some plastic tearing away on that window, so the heat just goes right out the window, which is why I'm not in here today. I got to do some repair in the shop before I keep heating it again because I'm just losing heat on all the seams. I don't want to insulate it because that'd just be cost prohibitive. I mean, it would work, but this garage isn't worth very much, so it's wrapping it in insulation is probably not something I would do. I'd rather spend the money on buying more firewood at that point. Hopefully I can build a new shop soon.